Last time we wired up a neural network by hand, neurons, layers, weights, the whole feed-forward stack, and it gave us complete nonsense. Random numbers in, random numbers out, which is exactly right because we never taught it anything. So today we are in the train stage of our pipeline, and we're going to crack open the one idea that makes deep learning work at all: how a network actually learns. Spoiler, it's not magic, it's one small loop run over and over. Here's the setup. We have a network that makes a guess, and we have the right answer sitting next to it. The plan is almost cartoonishly simple. Every time the network is wrong, we punish it a little, and we nudge it toward being right. Do that thousands of times, and a pile of random numbers slowly turns into something that knows what it's doing. But wrong is fuzzy, and computers hate fuzzy, so we squeeze how wrong are you down into a single number. That number is the loss. High loss means badly wrong, low loss means close, and the entire goal of training, the whole thing, is just make that one number go down. Now picture that loss as a landscape. Imagine a valley. Your network's weights are a position on the hillside, and the height of the ground is your loss. Bad weights sit high up on the slopes, great weights sit at the very bottom of the valley. Training is just walking downhill until you reach the lowest point. And how do you know which way is downhill? You compute the gradient. The gradient points in the direction of steepest uphill, the fastest way to get more wrong. So you do the obvious thing, you take a step in the exact opposite direction. Gradient says up is that way, you go the other way. That's gradient descent in 2 words. How big a step? That's the learning rate. Take it too big and you leap clean over the valley and bounce up the far wall. The loss climbs instead of settling. Take it too small and you inch downhill so slowly you'd need 1,000,000 steps to arrive. The learning rate is the single knob people fuss over most, and you'll see why in a minute. There's one more piece. Our network has layers. I guess at the end depends on weights buried deep at the start. To get the gradient for those early weights, we use backpropagation, the chain rule from calculus, applied layer by layer, walking the error backward from the output to the input. It sounds heavy. The beautiful part is you almost never compute it yourself, because TensorFlow does it for you, and the tool is called gradient tape. Think of it literally as a tape recorder. You hit record, run your forward pass, and the tape quietly remembers every operation that touched a weight. Then you ask for the gradient, and TensorFlow rewinds the tape and replays it backward. That's the backprop done automatically, exactly correct. So the full loop is forward pass, compute loss, ask the tape for gradients, take one step downhill, repeat. And here's the punchline for the whole episode. Model.fit, the one line you've been calling, is this loop. It just bolts on batching metrics and callbacks around the exact same 4 steps. Let me show you both side by side in code. Here's Aluro 5 training loop, POI 3 pages. Page 1 builds the same little network and grabs our data. Page 2 is the handwritten training loop, the star of the show. Page 3 calls fit to prove it's identical, then races 3 learning rates against each other. Everything you've been told about training is in this one file. Top of page 1, we import TensorFlow and Keras, set a seed so your run matches mine, and load the iris dataset, 4 flower measurements, 3 species. We build a tiny sequential model, one hidden dense layer with 16 real units, then a dense output of 3. Notice there's no softmax on the output. It returns raw scores called logits. We'll handle that in the loss. Now the 2 ingredients of learning. The loss function is sparse categorical cross entropy with from logits awesome true. That from logits flag is what lets us skip the softmax in the model. The loss applies it internally, which is more numerically stable. And the optimizer is plain SGD, gradient descent. with a learning rate of 1/10. We'll feed it the whole dataset at once here to keep the picture clean, but it's the same optimizer fit uses. That optimizer is the thing that takes the step downhill. Page 2, the heart of it. We loop for 501 steps. Inside with tf.gradient tape as tape, starts recording. We run logits, model X, that's the forward pass, and compute loss fny more logits. The moment we leave the with block, the tape is sealed. Then grads of tape.gradient loss model.trainable variables rewinds it and hands back one gradient per weight. And optimizer apply gradients takes the step. That single line is W. Now every 50th step we print the loss and you watch it fall. Page 3, first half. Now the reveal. We rebuild the same model, call model.compile with the same optimizer and same loss. Then model.fit x by epochs found 1500, verbose 0. One line, under the hood it ran the exact loop you just read, forward, loss, tape, step, the same 500 times, and it lands at the same low loss. The handwritten version was never different from fit, it is fit unrolled. Page 3, second half, the learning rate bake off. We loop over 3 rates, a tiny 0.01, a healthy 0.1, and a reckless 1.0. For each, we build a fresh model, train briefly, and record the loss every step. Then we plot all 3 loss curves on one figure. You'll see the healthy rate dive into the valley, the tiny one barely budge, and the reckless one bounce around and climb instead of settle. One picture, the whole story of the learning rate. And that's it. That's how a neural network learns. Forward, loss, backward, step, repeat. Not magic, just a ball rolling downhill into a valley, one nudge at a time. But hold on, our loss hit nearly 0. Does that mean the model is good? Or did it just memorize the answers it already saw? Next time we find out overfitting, validation, and the regularization tricks that keep a model honest. See you there.